So we're still figuring out how the easiest way to shoot this room, light this room. It's become a bit of a fucking nightmare. And another thing that I realized is it's hard for me to make videos unless I'm on edibles to the point of nearly needing to be hospitalized, okay? Because I tried making this video before work, and it was just like, no, not happening. And it was like a good hour and a half before work, so I don't know, you know, there was like no mojo. You know, like you kind of have to be in the zone to make a video. That's one thing in 2024 that I said to myself, I'm not just gonna like crank out fucking an obscene amount of videos just to get them out there. My main focus is on discussing things that I really love, and that's always been the thing here, you know, that I've used YouTube for, all the way back to when I was Blunt Man 53. You know, very few people were around for that, and then I changed my name a few other times, but here we are, Videohomicide, first video of 2024, and quick shameless promotion, even though it shouldn't be shameless when it's on my fucking channel. Cinema187 issue 4, there's still a decent amount of copies of 187 number 4. The rest of them, there's not many, so there might not even be like maybe like 2 or 3 more full sets, and then after that it's done until I decide to print more, which may or may not ever fucking happen with those earlier issues of 187 again, because I talked about previously wanting to go with perfect binding, which is, you know, I don't have anything that's perfect binding right here. Oh, well, take this TV guide from the year 2000. See how it's square bound? Basically, this is perfect binding, okay? So you could put this on the shelf and you could read the title much like you could with any other regular book. So I want to go that route, but issue 5, which is still available to submit your art or articles to, I don't think that's going to be as big an issue as is issue 4, or issue 3 was the biggest issue by far, because Radioactive Blobfield, he did like a 30-page comic in that motherfucker, and it's awesome. I love it. But with issue 5, I've gotten less of a... I haven't really put the feelers out. I've just kind of like shared a few stories, but I'm going to hit up some of my, you know, people that have been with 187 for a while and be like, you want to get down on this one? Like I said, it's all Asian horror, Asian exploitation. So films like, you know, I'll name off a few films that I'm going to do. I'm going to do Itchy the Killer, Female Prisoner Scorpion, 36 Chambers, The Killer, and this movie called Three Evil Masters, which is one of my favorite kung fu flicks. I think it's from 1980. I doubt I'll be able to find it right now. Like I haven't tackled this room in any way yet. So, you know, nothing's in order. It's just a total nightmare. But, well, there's a bunch of Asian stuff right there. So theoretically, Three Evil Masters should be somewhere. Who the fuck knows, man? This is just ridiculous. I haven't really had any time to sort through all this shit yet. Like beside me, there's literally 5 Freshco bags, and what a Freshco bag is just like a grocery store, but like there's 5 of these. 5 of these. You can see what's in there, like stacks of fucking drawings and unmade zines. So going through that, I'm definitely going to be able to restock the zine fair for a while, because I know there's a bunch of issues, random issues of Raise the Dead's, Filthy Ralph strips, 1 and 2, and a few other things. So one of these weekends I'm just going to dedicate it to just stapling all those, getting them into storage properly, because I have zines like all over this fucking place, but everything needs to be sorted. And I really want to do another zine fair, which is something that I did in September with Zineology or Zinography. Total fun time. Made like over $100 doing that, so I only paid 20 for the table, so it was a good time. I like that, and I like to sort of tell people what it's about. Like that's sort of like part of doing these videos, you know what I mean? It's like talking about the shit that you love or the shit that you're making. And I watch a lot of YouTube shit and, you know, people making videos and different things like that, but it really made me want to go, okay, what am I going to do this year in terms of like creating? Do I want to focus on sort of the YouTube thing, or do I want to, you know, focus more on drawing and stuff? And to be honest and quite frank, I went with drawing. And I've also started to sculpt, which is something that you might not have ever thought I'd be doing, but I'm going to be doing a standalone video on that pretty soon. I've so far sculpted 2 ashtrays. They're not like your typical ashtray. Like, these are pretty fucking goddamn cool. They're like Cinema187 Videohomicide ashtrays. I showed them off in a stream recently, so if you were lucky enough to catch that, then Whoop-de-fucking-do, buddy. But I've, like, today is the 4th. Well, technically now it's the 5th. But so far, I've been to the gym this year every day except for today, which was Thursday, because way too fucking tired. Like, we get up, go at like 6 in the morning. It's dead as fuck. I love it. And, you know, come home and crash out for a few more hours, wake up, and then it's like, okay, fuck, I gotta start getting ready for work and shit. I might have time to watch, like, you know, just have put a video on in the background kind of thing. But I have done 4 drawings so far. So July 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4 drawings. I haven't posted anything on Instagram yet because my fucking scanner, I tossed my scanner at the old apartment because it was shit, and it was just like, it's so fucking big, and I'm like, man, I can't lug this around. Like, if I have nowhere to put it, first of all, and I'm like, okay, maybe after a while, like, or not after a while, but I can go to the library, I can go to Staples, I can go somewhere and get this shit scanned, because I have a lot of stuff I need to get scanned in right now. But buying like a scanner, like, if I'm gonna buy one, I want to buy like a fucking quality, like, printer that'll print like 11 by 17, that, like, you know, like, heavy duty laser printer. Like, we're talking like hundreds of dollars here, but that's not till way down the road, like, after we've really sort of settled into this living, like, you know, into living and you know, getting debt cleared and shit taken care of, you know. Because, like, number one thing with, like, people that, like, I think I can speak for some other fuckers when I say this, like, you can fuck yourself over with collecting, you know what I mean? Like, you can like, if you don't have the bread, and this is like totally obvious, like, if you don't have bread to buy that if it's like buy bread or buy fucking DVD, it's like, dude, buy the food. And it can definitely consume you. Like, I wouldn't say I was ever really, like, totally consumed with the collecting thing, but I definitely bought shit I didn't need many times, you know, especially when I was thrifting hardcore, you know. It's like, this is $1, like, and then it was like, no, this is $2, this is $4. It's like, fuck this, man. It's not worth it to me to go and fucking dig through piles and piles of VHS and, like, maybe come home with, like, a single DVD, you know what I mean? It's like, I'd rather take that time and do some fucking drawing, you know. And, like, one thing I want to do this year is really exercise the different styles. Like I think with Filthy Ralph, like, I drew Filthy Ralph for the first time today with, like, a really funny little cartoon where he's interacting with one of those kids that, like, canvasses the neighborhood, and, like, Jehovah's Witness type, or, like, Catholic, whatever the fuck. Like, you know, I've joked and made fun of religious stuff in the past, to the point where I'm not gonna say who the person is, but if they want to, just let it be known in the comments. A contributor of 187 lent their copies of 187 to a friend, and the friend's mom seen them and threw them out. And I said, listen, do you know why, or the page or the piece that caused that? And the person, the contributor, I'm not going to out them, because, like, I don't want anyone, you know, I don't want anyone's fucking story to get out or anything like that, but they said it's the one where the Pope's grave is being pissed on by Filthy Ralph, and that makes me so happy, man. That makes me so happy that, like, someone's mom seen that and was like, oh my god, like, disgusted, and, like, threw it out like it was an old fucking Mad magazine, and, like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh my god, this is disgusting, and, like, fucking threw it out. I like that. You know, a friend of mine also said that his kids seen one time, like, by mistake, and it made her upset. So I don't know why I find joy in that, but, like, I'm with the Filthy Ralph comic, the intention is to disgust, you know, and make people go, oh, like, that's fucked, you know, like, that's gross. Like, it's definitely like not my alter ego, but just like a version of me that says whatever the fuck and does whatever the fuck, like, whether it be like murder, like all kinds of crazy shit, rape. Like, I'm not proud of it, but, like, I had a Filthy Ralph comic that was titled The Undead Cannibal Rapist, and I ended up changing that title because when I looked at it, I was like, okay, that's kind of, like, too on the nose, you know what I mean? So I erased that, and now we're left with this homicidal, lovable character that is just very dirty. But in terms of 2024, getting back to what I want to get done, I have issue 3 started. I have issue 4 started. It's like, I need to sit down and finish these comics, you know. But it's hard for me to really just sit down and, like, commit to, like, one thing. I'm the type of person that has, like, you know, I start multiple projects at once when I should be really focusing on one. But that's sort of the way I keep it fresh, you know what I mean? Like, I start the Filthy Ralph issue 3, And then I end up fucking doing a bunch of stuff for 187. I do some Raise the Dead stuff. And like what Raise the Dead is, it's just like the sketchbook material, like the stuff that I really like, that I think deserves to be like reprinted and shit like that. And the next issue is Raise the Dead number 6, so Raise the Dead 666. And then I think I'm going to be putting an end to the Raise the Dead title and then moving on to a new title of sketchbook material. So like that's going to be like, you know, I'm going to do them in six issue things, you know what I mean? And then I have plans. I don't have a title picked out yet, but I'm definitely going to be going a completely way more hands-on approach, especially in terms of text, because all 5 issues of Raise the Dead, it's all the same text for the title, and it's the same text that I used for the Cinema187 issue 4, but I thought it fit because I really like that font. But I want to make more fonts. I want to definitely practice my script, and you know, especially my lettering when it comes to comics. Like that's one thing. I'd really like to get one of those Ames lettering guides, but like I just can't fucking find them locally. I don't really think they're readily available on Amazon and shit like that. So I've thought about making one, or attempting to make one, because I think I could probably make one of those out of like a really thin piece of cardboard or board or some shit like that. But yeah, there's no shortage of shit that I need to finish here. But again, I'm notorious for starting stuff as well. So one of the drawings that I did at the start of the year so far is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre drawing, and it's a total pencil drawing, and I really like the way that it turned out. The background is mostly from memory, but I did end up having to look at a photo. Like you'll see it eventually on Instagram if you follow me there, or maybe you'll see it in an issue of Raise the Dead. Maybe it'll be in Raise the Dead 666. So you know, I've also, you know, I've done those Filthy Ralph collected books, and if you've checked those out, you know, like the format. So I think I'm gonna do that with some other of my characters, like kind of like, you know, just break it up and make like a new issue. Like I could do like the Grim Reaper. I've thought about the Grim Reaper. I've thought about my character Rodney. I've thought about the Purple Demon. So you know, and then eventually sort of have like this universe of comic characters that are interacting and stuff. Because to me, making this stuff is like one of the best. If you're a fan of To Catch a Predator, it's the cleanest, best pleasure, or cleanest, purest pleasure. The only thing next to like pulling off like a really sick drawing or painting is like being with your woman, you know what I mean? So, or your fucking guy, I guess, but or your fucking whatever the fuck they are. If it's a fucking piece of silicone rubber, I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, even the drawing I did of Filthy Ralph tonight, I was like, god damn, I was like, that's a pretty clean Ralph, you know? Like when I look back on issue 1 of Filthy Ralph, the fucking he's very archaic, and I rushed that one, you know, and I'm known for that sometimes. Like I said, I start these things and then I kind of rush them a bit. So one of the videos that I want to do this year is take a look at, you know, the different like versions of Ralph. Like when you take a look at, for instance, the first issue right here with the neon green cover, Ralph looks very immature in terms of the way it was drawn. Like I'm not going to go into these because I want to do a video on it, but when you compare that first Ralph to this Ralph, I think this is one of the cleanest Ralphs that I ever drew, that Godzilla one. You know, and I think he only kind of got better in this. And I'm also guilty of, like, he doesn't always look the same, especially in the strips and stuff, but I think that that's all part of like learning, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I could sit there and try to make it perfect and fucking go nuts about it, but I'm not going to do that, man. I'm just going to like draw him the way that I think it works best, you know, like what's pleasing enough. Like sometimes the chin's too big, sometimes the nose isn't big enough, or the ear's fucked, or whatever. But I think that's with every person that has an ongoing character. You're just kind of constantly struggling with adapting him to different environments, and also his looks and stuff like that, and his clothes. Like I did a drawing. I started a drawing of Ralph the other day, and I started him off in a t-shirt. And then I was looking at it and I was like, okay, this is not what I want Ralph to be. So that led me to looking at one of my big sketchbooks that has all those characters I did of Ralph in different costumes. And I was like, wow, some of these are dog shit and some of them are pretty decent. You know what I mean? So I'd like to continue that sketchbook. And I also found that big drawing I did of like me and all my characters in front of the video shop which was an ode to a Robert Crumb drawing from, I believe, the 70s, and then he redid it in the 90s. But really love that. That's going to be hung in here eventually. I'm probably going to hang it above the TV. So, and then obviously, like I mentioned before, there will be a room tour eventually, but that's going to be down the line, because right now, like, one thing about it, the apartment, like if I wanted to make a video, I just like, okay, just put the camera right there, boom. Now it's like, fuck, I got to push the chair forward. I got to move that shit to the side. Got to move this shit over. I'm like standing in between like a bunch of fucking art supplies and then a bunch of unmade zines and drawings and sketchbooks and stuff. But maybe when I go through some of that stuff, when I find some choice items, I'll definitely pull out the camera and make a video of that. Also, don't be surprised if you start seeing videos that I shoot from the laptop sitting at the desk, because it'll be so much easier to show stuff. And you know, I like to sit there and be comfy when I make these videos. Like, I can't tell you right now, I made a new batch of edibles, okay? And this is the thing that happened to me during that one live that I did with Retro or Die. I'm making the edibles, okay, in chocolate bars, and I'm pouring them into the molds and stuff. And as I'm stirring the chocolate in the double broiler, I'm tasting it, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's not too bad, it's not too bad, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you're ready to go to the fucking mental institution, and you're in front of a camera, or behind a camera, or whatever the fuck you're in front of it, behind it. I don't know, but I think that's a good time to end this video. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you leave a 666 in the comments. If you want to get any Cinema187 issues, let me know at cinema.187 on Instagram, or at Videohomicide on Instagram. There is a finite supply of the earlier issues of 187, but there's a decent supply of issue 4, which is the Video Nasty special, which is definitely the most ambitious thing that I've done to date in terms of a collaborative effort, and I'm really proud of it. So again, 666 motherfuckers, and 2024. Adios.